finds you well on a good day or night, in a good moment. And I hope you are able to relax with me for just a little while. So, in today's video, I brought out my globe. Once again. I've made one other video with this guy. Quite a few people liked it, which made me very happy because geography ASMR is a subcategory of ASMR that I personally really enjoy. So it's nice to be able to make something that you also enjoy. So for my video tonight, it's not going to be exactly the same as the last one, which was somewhat along the lines of saying good night to the continents like North America and South America, Australia / Oceania, Asia, Africa, Europe, hiding up here, and Antarctica, which I'm sorry, but you also cannot see down here. But I don't think, I might be wrong. Comment down below if this is you, but I don't think anyone watching this video currently lives in Antarctica. But I know there's some scientists who live there. Maybe they just wanted some rest. But yeah, tonight's video is more chill, I guess, even though the last video was pretty chill. I'm just going to be randomly talking about different regions or countries, maybe places I want to go or places I have been and my experiences there. So yeah, if you didn't see my last video, I did point out that this map is very outdated. We still have, you actually can't really see it, the angle's a bit funny, sorry, but up here we still have the Soviet Union, so it's definitely pre-1991. I'm not sure when it was made, but yeah, there's quite a few other things that are outdated. Like you can see, we still have just one Sudan. I didn't even know this country existed before I bought this globe. Sahara. I'm not sure it's now. I believe the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Republic of Congo maybe they had a civil war. Yeah. If I have really poor history knowledge, I'm pretty young, so that's my excuse. Not that I'm uneducated, but I didn't live through a lot of these things. Yeah, I'm not super. Anyway, yeah. So maybe a good place to start is right here. I also have this. This is a makeup brush. It's one of the ones with like ridges. I guess it's meant to look like a really, really long and skinny unicorn. the larger countries on this map, they split them into their like states or provinces, regions. So you can see in Australia we have the largest state, which is Western Australia, which is very dry for the most part. Has a lot of desert in the middle. We also have South Australia down here. They weren't very what's the word? They could have tried harder with the names, I guess. They called them what they were, I guess, but yeah. So we have these two states. We also have Queensland and New South Wales, Victoria. I can barely even see it. Apologies. And Tasmania, the island down here. I believe I covered all our states. We also have two territories. This is the Northern Territory. And in New South Wales, where our capital is, in Canberra, we have the Australian Capital Territory. So yeah, I guess I love Australia. I guess I meant to say that because I'm Australian. But I feel lucky to be born here. There's of course, every place has some problems, but on the whole, it's a nice, very nice place to live. So, yeah. But the other places that I have lived are in Asia. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see Asia. This little dot, I don't know if you can see it either, but it's a little island below mainland China. This place has some complex politics, which I won't get into, but I lived in Hong Kong for a couple of years when I was younger. I absolutely loved it there. It's a very, well, I didn't live on like the main Hong Kong island. I lived, it was called Lantau Island. And it was very green and it was not built up at all. Because I know a lot of people, when they think of Hong Kong, they think of like, is it called Kowloon City, or like very built up, extremely high population density regions, and of course it has that. That's most of it, I guess. But yeah, where I lived, it was not like that at all. It was very lush and green and not many buildings. It was just jungle for a lot of it. But I loved it there. It was very, very hot. Very hot, very humid. I lost it again. There it is. Hong Kong. When I lived in Hong Kong, I did travel quite a bit to mainland China, mainly to Shenzhen, which is somewhere near Hong Kong. I know it's near Hong Kong, but yeah, Shenzhen. It's a massive city which underwent very rapid economic development after, well, I don't know if it was exactly after, but oops, I forgot to choose this part. Like the opening up of the Chinese economy, I guess under Deng Xiaoping, these four main islands. But this country has a lot of small islands as well. Japan. I never lived in Japan, unfortunately, but I have been to Japan. I went in 2023, and it was incredible. One thing I was very shocked about in Japan was, sorry, that was my shoulder. I don't know what that noise was, if you heard it. Oh God. Was how few people spoke English, which I guess is a nice thing. But it made troubleshooting a bit difficult when you ask for help. You realize no one can speak English, but I can speak a very little bit of Japanese, and the friend I was with can speak a lot more than me, so that definitely helped a lot. But I went to the capital. I flew into Tokyo. And then I also took the Shinkansen, the bullet train, to Osaka. We stopped in Kyoto, but we didn't go to Kyoto, unfortunately. If I go back, I would love to go to Kyoto. But yeah, I love Japanese food. It's definitely one of my favorite cuisines. Let's talk about Africa. Africa is a very large continent. I believe it's second largest in land mass, just behind Asia, I think. I've never been to a single country in Africa, which I think is pretty sad. I would love to go. I would love to go to Morocco. It's over here. Morocco. I'd love to go to Egypt, which is also in the north. I'm a big cat person, so I guess that makes some sense. See the Nile, the pyramids, and the Sphinx. Just maybe Tutankhamun's tomb, I don't know. Yeah, but the places I probably want to go most are Kenya or Tanzania. I know Mount Kilimanjaro is about on the border of the two, maybe just in Tanzania also, or maybe Kenya. I don't know. I know it's around there, but yeah. I'd honestly love to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I've seen people do it, just on videos and things like that, and it looks beautiful. I believe Mount Kilimanjaro is like a standalone mountain kind of thing. It's not like Mount Everest, which is, in the Himalayas, the largest mountain range. It's quite flat around it, and then you just randomly have this massive mountain. I have no idea if it was formed in the same way as other mountain ranges, because the Himalayas, to the best of my knowledge, they were formed through some form of convergent tectonic plate movement, where two plates push up against got a billion people, they're about to hit a billion, or there's some like stat, or like their population's gonna double by 2050. It's something like that. I mean, if you look at the population pyramids for, I think every country in the continent has a growing population, but some have like extremely like, I guess we call it a concaving pyramid shape. So very rapidly growing populations. If you don't know about population pyramids, they just kind of show you the amount or percentage of people in each age bracket of a country. So for like Australia, most of the brackets are pretty even, except obviously the much older ones. But like the number of babies being born are like equal to the number of parents in their generation. Whereas it's not like that in Africa. So they have rapidly growing populations still. But of course eventually that should hold. Up here we have Europe, which again, apologies, you can't see all that well. I've been to quite a few countries in Europe. I lived, I guess you could say, in France, but not for too long, just about 6 months. And not in Paris, actually, in like a quite regional town in Normandy, Saint Pierre. There's a lot of Saint Pierres there, but yeah, I absolutely loved it there too. France makes me very nostalgic. And when I think back to my time there, I've been there also many times since then. It kind of feels like a movie, because the memories I have are like almost cliche, I guess. Like I'm in a French movie, like I'm Emily in Paris, like waking up in the morning and walking into like the town centre, past the bakery, and you can smell all the yeast, baking, and the baguettes, and people walking out with their fresh eggs and baguettes, and then going to the Sunday market, getting a crepe with Nutella in it, and the old woman putting about the entire jar of Nutella in one crepe. So your mum makes you ask for less Nutella. Yeah, but yeah, I love France. My parents love it. So, yeah. I've also been to Italy. One of my favorite places I've ever been is in the north. I flew into Milan and then went to Lake Como and Lake Garda. It's very, very beautiful up there because, I mean, you're approaching like the Alps, so you have very, I guess, like strong variations in the, so like big, what are they called? I forgot what they're called, but it's like between mountains. You have like the dips in Italy up here. Those dips filled with water, I guess, and that's what forms the lakes, which are really, really deep, very deep. But yeah, it's very beautiful there. It was very hot, super hot when I went there. But like beautiful. We have Ukraine. I've never been to Ukraine, but of course I want to send my Espree, what was his name? Medvedev. Is that his name? Medvedev. The Prime Minister who's made president for a little while. Who then gave power back to Putin. Yeah. We still have Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia on this map. I really know very little about Balkan history. I think the wars here seem extremely complicated, so I've never fully tried to understand them. I guess I've never really been taught much about them. I know the simple stuff because I'm actually like ethnically a bit Croatian. Zagreb, the capital, just now the capital of Croatia. Actually, sorry, Belgrade was the capital of Yugoslavia, which is now the capital of Serbia. But Zagreb is a big city. Yeah, I've never been to Croatia, but I would love to go because I do have family there and it's a part of me. And it's absolutely beautiful, of course. If you've seen maps, you would know Croatia has this whole coastline along the Adriatic. It's the Adriatic, I think. Sea. So it's very, very beautiful. Yeah, so I'd love to go. There's so many places I'd like to go. It's a bit overwhelming. I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. I'm going to continue. Oops. Talk about South America, and then we'll go to North America. Okay. We have South America. South America, like Africa, is a continent that I've never been to. It's pretty far from Australia. I mean, which way do I do? This way. Yeah. You can see how ginormous the Pacific Ocean is. It's the largest ocean. It's basically like half the planet, it looks like. So it's a pretty decent flight across to get anywhere here. But my parents have been to they've definitely been to Argentina. I think they've been to Chile. Not sure where else, but yeah, I'd also love to go to Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, Peru, and Jordan. Wow. I mean, there's some like political situations which would be a little bit worrying. I'm not sure. I would love to see like say Venezuelan culture. But with the president and everything going on there, it'd be a little bit hard, confronting inflation. Anyway, yeah, South America. Go to the Amazon maybe. It looks a bit confusing on this map because Brazil has been broken up into its, I'm not sure what they call them, states or provinces, something like that. But this is South America. It just looks like there's way more countries in it. But yeah, it's just Brazil, which is very large actually. I think Brazil is the 5th largest country by landmass. I believe it goes Russia, Canada, the United similar, do you think? America, like mainland, is to Hawaii? Is it very, very different or pretty similar? I will be in the United States on the mainland, quite soon though, because I'm actually taking my second semester this year at uni, in the US, at an American university. So that's pretty exciting. It'll be my first ever time going to the mainland, and I'll be living there for quite a few months. So yeah, we'll see how that is. It's very different. The college experience, I think, in the US compared to Australia. Well, for some people at least, like I go to university, but I still live at home. My university is like 20 minutes away from me, you know, and we don't have that same level of school spirit, I guess. You're quite disconnected from your university. Obviously can't speak for everyone, but it's kind of my experience. The US, it seems very like involved. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about Antarctica. I'm sorry if you're from Antarctica and you're watching this, but if you comment, I will add it to the next video. Okay. The world is so diverse, which makes it so beautiful. So many different cultures, perspectives on the world, cuisines and languages. There's just so many places I want to see, experience, and I guess learn from the people there. I guess with the internet, we are so much more connected now. So it's easy to think you have a good view or perspective on the world and you understand